connivance with so many people. It's just also Sahara Reporters.
Not connivance, we
collaborate.
collaborate.
Collaboration, yes, collaboration with so many other people, not just Sahara Reporters alone. Yeah. And yet we're looking for something you have done aside this. Perhaps managed a group of people politically within the Nigerian structure. Most people believe that we play politics a little different and that you need knowledge in that. You need to wet your feet first. And that in this case, you're pretty much a novice.
No, I'm not. That's the point I'm making to you. The reason why you know I'm not a novice is that of all the candidates campaigning today for office in this country, nobody has innovatively been able to reach the grassroots like I'm doing. I've been doing town hall meetings since I started. And I've been to Kano, Kaduna, engaging with people. Most of the politicians are just walking around state government houses and paying consequences to traditional rulers. I'm walking on the streets. I'm meeting with people. We're doing rallies like nobody has ever done. That will tell you that there's some kind of innovative knowledge that dated back to the past. Within my researches of archives of having participated politically, the conduct of this town hall meeting, the responses to questions, the policies that we are rolling out, and the way it is rolling in society will also tell you a different story. For example, when we say we want to increase workers' salary, Buhari and his people will run quickly and said they want to do so too. When we say we want to increase allowances of corpers to 50,000, they have now increased their own to 25,000, which means that as we are challenging them on policy, they are understanding that these guys are ahead of them. I'm ahead of them, and people who say that they have experience, I invite them to a debate.
Okay, Emmanuel, one last question.
Yes, I think I want to ask you. This particular question is related to be practiced.
Yes.
But the politics of Nigeria is something that is fully backed with money. Yes. I hope you know that money politics is entrenched here. Do you have such financial standing?
Yes. The financial standing you're talking about is a type that failed in 2015. It is true that both political parties had some kind of financial backing, but what broke the chains was the people taking a position lightly that money cannot buy them, money cannot buy everything. We've reached that point before. We did it in 1993. It wasn't the richest man that won the election in 1993. You can say that Abiola is rich, but the people the person they wanted to win the election was Tofa. He had the backing of the military. Yeah. And the military was richer than anybody at that time. And it failed. We've seen it happen in several places. But let me even give you what is different about us. It's what we call political capital. That one you can't even measure in terms of cash. Another thing that most people don't know is that the world has gone to a level where the physical cash is not only the money in town. Have you guys heard about Bitcoin before?
Yeah, we have.
We heard about blockchain technology, and we can actually tap into that as a way of raising money in a way that is different from the Naira and Kobo that the big politicians are depending upon. We are here in the market selling ideas. That is our currency at this point. And Nigerians are buying into the young people who have been to university and never had a job before. They want a future. That cannot be resolved with money. People who are giving back and dying, they don't want that fate to befall them in the hospitals in the next future. That cannot be resolved with money. They've understood that the politicians give them money on election day because they want to detain their future for a certain number of years where they take care of themselves. You can't find a governor in Nigeria whose children are going to Nigerian schools. You can't find a politician in Nigeria whose wife is willing to give a bath here. Go on Delta Airline going to Atlanta and New York. Half of the plane will be filled with pregnant women because nobody wants their children to be born in this country anymore. And these are big politicians. And we know it. I covered them. So I understand the way they work. That's another part of politics that you
the inside knowledge that you have.
The inside information that I have as the reason why this country could work and the reason why it's not working.
Omoyele Sowore, it was amazing to have you. We're hoping that we'll have had a longer period, but I'm having indications that we need to wrap up on the show here. Well, just before we leave it, one more thing you'd like to share with the listeners this morning.
It's just to say that help is on the way. And the old politicians have expired, that we're sending them packing. And we'll give this country a new lease of life. And you'll be proud to be a Nigerian if you do the right thing, which is overlook their money, their status, the size of their stomach and pockets, and vote for the guy who can represent and fight for you next year. And you'll be a happier person. You thank me later.
All right, then. Is there anything you wanted to read?
Yeah.
Oh, the Philippine event today. And also to say that today we have an event, a town hall meeting in Port Harcourt, and it's happening at Emerald Hotel. It's number 193 Abba Road in Rumola. Junction is beside the flyover here in Port Harcourt. Please do make it. It's between 2 to 6 p.m.
Great to have you on the show. Thank you so much. Emmanuel Izugbe, thank you for being here with me.
Thank you very much.
And that's how we wrap up on the show. Thank you very much for being